Hello everyone, it's time to head to the farmhouse. It's Friday afternoon, it's 40 degrees, and this is the warmest it's been all week. There were snow showers this morning. A lot of the mornings were in the low 20s, and the highs only got into just the low 30s at all. So it's been a chilly week, especially when the average high for this time of year is still 50 degrees. Next weekend is the Minnesota deer hunting opener. So I'll be up at the tent and looking at the long-term weather forecast. It looks like opening morning is going to be 11 degrees. It's going to be chilly. Well, I have to stop in here and get some chicken food. I got that taken care of. And now I need to stop here and get a few things. And the last place I have to stop before the farmhouse is right here, because I need a few bales of straw. Okay, let's head to the farmhouse. How you girls doing, huh? Well, the first thing I'm going to have to do is clean this place up so that we can put straw down and get those chickens in here. I'd like to wait, but it's going to be cold tonight. It'll be nice to get them into their new house. It's way better than it was. Still smells like skunk a little bit, but not kick you in the face like it did last week. You know, looking around in here, it's only 8 chickens. I may just put them in this part. I'll talk to Melissa. Maybe we'll just put them in this part for the winter, because I mean, I've had chickens for ever, winter and summer, and they don't move around much in the wintertime. So I was going to put them in both sections, and then I was going to cut a little access hole right here, and then take that cage that I brought them up with, that dog kennel, because that's thick, you know, wire, and attach that to the back of the building. It doesn't give them much space to go outside, but in the wintertime they don't hardly go out. But what they will do is go out and pick the snow. And if you've ever had them in the winter, if they have access to snow, they will drink way less water, because they'll go out there and eat that snow and for water. And I don't know. I'll talk to Melissa about it. I think I'm going to put them in that part for now, just because they're brand new to this barn here. And then we can decide, because this is easy enough to do. I'm going to clean the whole thing out and get it ready. But for now, I'll just put them in this little part. And then next year, I'll come in and put this metal roof on this and get all this caged in so they're protected. I got to worry about stuff flying in or coming in, so this has to be done right. This is really some, I don't know what you call it, the straw that I get back at the hobby farm was a lot bigger pieces than this. This is almost like it's shredded. You gonna lay me an egg, Smudgy? This door doesn't latch very reliably, and everything is out of whack. And I think the only thing to do, they've already dropped this once, is to just drop it, unless I were to pull the whole door and do it right, and that's not going to happen today.
I don't want him to lose his spot tonight because he don't have time to find another one.
Yeah, well, have the boxes back in there?
Yeah.
Looks like the chickens are making themselves at home. They've been in there about an hour now. Melissa got home from work, of course, and was out here when I put the chickens in, and then her mom sent us 2 big boxes. You saw the one box, and there's another one totally filled up of satsumas that she grows in the backyard down in Louisiana. We ate a couple of those. They're delicious. I don't know how well you can see it, but it looks like they're all roosting on top of the old stove. I am going to put a roost in here eventually, so they all have a little spot to sit. They're not on top of each other like that. I did find all the bungee cords. They were at the hobby farmhouse, right where I put them last. They weren't that hard to find once I started looking. I'll get those on the tractor tomorrow. I'm not really sure what project I'll do. I knew I do have to work with the water in the cat trailer, because I have to get that heat tape in there and everything, because it's going to be so cold starting this week. I think I'm going to run back and grab the SD card out of that one camera where we saw the buck last week. Let's see if he came back. So the buck was back, which was nice. And remember, I put that bird block out here last time? Totally gone within a couple of days. So I put on, this is one of the wild berry blad. This is the one that they love the most. Putting that out. We still have sweet feed in the garage from last year, and corn. I did buy more corn today. I'm going to put this out. I'm going to put the the regular camera on, and I'm going to put another camera over here, and we'll see what we get overnight tonight. Well, we'll just let that sit, and I'm sure they'll come around tonight. It seems like they're here every day now. Beauty! What are you doing, Joni? Sniffing around to see why there was chickens inside of the dog kennel? Looks kind of uncomfortable up there. Those two have the right idea. Okay, everyone, it's almost 10:30 at night. Melissa and I are going to go to bed pretty soon. She's out tending to the cats right now. The chickens seem to be doing pretty good. We'll check them out again in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It's pretty chilly, especially with that wind. I've just been hanging out inside. I did a bunch of YouTube comments on both channels. Melissa, she's still asleep. Let's go back and see how much damage they did to that block I put out last night. Well, all the corn is gone. All that sweet feed is gone, and they did start on the block, so I'm not going to check the SD card until tonight, but we should have some pictures. The sun will be out, and then it gets cloudy and there's snow flurries. It's kind of miserable out here, to be honest. Let's see how the chickens did overnight. How you guys doing in here? They had golf balls in the egg boxes here before, so Melissa put them back in there. I don't see any eggs yet, girls. You ever heard of the rotisserie? You better get busy. After they've been in here a couple of weeks, so they know what home is. If there's not a lot of snow on the ground at all, we can open the doors and let them go out in free range, and then they'll come back in at night and we can shut the door up. Well, this morning what I'm doing is I'm creating a cord, so because right now the way that the trailer gets powered is through this little line that's plugged into the chicken coop and then comes out. And that just feeds this right here. But what I have to unplug this to plug in the workshop, and I just want to have just plug in the workshop and then just have a cord from the workshop over here to plug in the trailer. But it's pretty cold out here, so I've just been leaving the camera inside, because if you have it outside for very long and bring it in, it gets all fogged up. For lunch today, Melissa's doing the noodles right now, just like the macaroni, elbow macaroni. And I'm going to make taco hot dish. Somebody mentioned in last week's video that I'm from Minnesota, and it says like our favorite food is hot dish. Most hot dishes I found quite boring. But I do like taco hot dish, and both Melissa and I were talking earlier this week about maybe making tacos today for lunch. And then I brought up taco hot dish, and I don't know if she's ever had it. I don't even know if it's a real hot dish or just something that was made up. But anyway, that's what's for lunch. I thought we had the elbow macaroni, but we have the shells, but that'll work just as good. Just making this up like I'm making tacos. You can eat. Yeah, it doesn't take much time at all to make this. For the last couple hours after lunch here, I've been finishing up this. Remember when I cut the water off way back here under the trailer? And I added another heat tape in there, and then I got everything wrapped as best I could with the it's like the pipe insulation that they have, the foam stuff that goes around it. And then I came in and I've wrapped, all places have at least 2 layers of the R13, and some places have 3. So, I mean, I'm about as good as I can get there. And I did plug in the old heat tape also, and now I've got this new one coming up. That's just a 6-footer. I wanted a 3, but I could not find one. So anyway, I just need to get a cord going to that and plug that in, and then this project is hopefully done. We are plugged in, and hopefully everything will work just fine. The tractor is ready for the first snowstorm. I did bring some more stuff up from the Hobby Farm workshop that can come up here, and I talked to Lee, the guy with the wood stove and the pipe, and because I mean there was a chance I could have swung by yesterday and picked it up, but he works road construction, and right now with this unseasonably cold weather they are smacked. They are working so many hours, so and there's no hurry. I'll get it in. I don't care if it's 10 below zero. I can still put in a wood stove. Well, I got all the yard stuff picked up. Normally you could just put away the chairs and leave the table and the whatever that little fireplace thingy is out, but for me pushing snow I need all that open because I never know. I just want everything, nothing in my way when I'm pushing snow with the tractor. Earlier this week Melissa went inside the house, and I don't know if you remember when I put this in, but inside the house there's a shutoff also, so that one is shut off, and then this one is opened so it could drain, so nothing will freeze here and crack the pipes. Oh, we maybe have an hour and a half at the most before it gets dark. I do have some tulip bulbs that I want to plant before the ground freezes, but let's run out in the woods and check the deer, the trails. I want to see, we've seen that buck now, I want to see if there's any scrapes or any rubs. And I haven't been in the woods now since the mosquitoes were so bad this summer. I wanted to take the tractor down this trail and get it mowed down, but never got around to it this year yet. Have to do it next year. Looks like the top of this tree blew down. It's kind of funny, all the videos of the farmhouse, all of it's on about a third or a little less than a third of the property. All this here we never come out and see in the summertime. There's a scrape right there. Always takes me a while to find where the property line is here, the old fence line. It's way over farther, what I think is the neighbors, and it's really quite a ways in here. Makes you wonder how many years ago a post like that was put in. I mean, it's not even run through a machine, it's just pretty much a tree that was cut. It's getting harder and harder to see this. I think next year I should come in here and every 50 feet or so drive a post in the ground. Just a metal one. It'd be nice to come out here with a brush cutter and like make a four-wheeler trail that goes all around the outside. I just jumped a rough grouse when I stopped and got the camera ready here. It was right behind this deer stand. The trail they have going through here is like a highway. There's a deer bed right there. Well, this is as far as it goes right here. I may as well grab this SD card since I'm right here. Last year, right in here, there was also a scrape, but I only saw the one scrape. A lot of deer tracks around, but I mean, we've been watching those cameras all year, and now just, you know, the one buck is coming around, so he has himself a little smorgasbord right now. And I don't think they're fully in rut. He was a nice looking buck, but his neck wasn't super big yet. I just noticed that this camera tipped over. Hopefully it got some pictures on it before it did. Might as well grab these SD cards too. We'll get to look at them sometime tonight. I never walked back over on that side, but it's starting to get dark. I think I'll skip it. I just don't think they're really super in rut yet. Well, I got the two cameras set back up that are on the block by the little deer stand, and I got the one on the corner of the pasture put back in that got the video of the buck. Now I'm going to go out in the field out here and grab the one. We don't have a good block right there, but I want to get that one cleared and see if anything came by. You guys only got to see a few of the pictures. I think we had close to 500 pictures total, so I just put a few of them in. Okay, everyone, well, that SD card had absolutely nothing on it, and that was because I put the one of those adapters in, but it didn't have the mini SD card in, so my fault. Anyway, there was nothing on that at all. Okay, everyone, well, it's about 9:30 at night. Melissa and I will probably go to bed in about an hour or so. Chickens look like they're much more comfortable than they were last night. See you guys in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It's a little chilly here in Minnesota today. Just a couple things I want to do. Today, after lunch, I'll head south back to the hobby farmhouse. We had a sink inside in the bathroom, that a pedestal sink that was draining slow, so I had to pull the stopper and get that cleaned out, and that's all good now. And these coolers here, Melissa goes through a ton of these coolers at work, and these are all ones that we're going to be throwing into the dumpster. So, she brought some of them home, and what we're going to do for, like, the cats can go in and out of the trailer because that's heated. Some of them like to just hang out and don't really want to go in there all the time. So she usually takes boxes, I think I showed one earlier in this video actually, and puts blankets in there and they can go in there, and then when they get too cold they can run into the trailer. But with these old coolers, I'm actually going to cut a hole in these, and then she's going to put straw in there and a blanket, and they can actually go inside here and be nice and warm if they don't want to be into the in the trailer. So yeah, I'm going to cut some holes in these, and that project will be done. If I can get these projects done, I can get this garage cleaned up here within the next, before the snow falls, so we can get Melissa's work vehicle in here. We'll get her truck into the other garage, and yeah, we're just about ready for snow. I already did one of these, but this opening that I cut in that one, it doesn't have to be that big. You want to keep the smallest opening you can, so then their body heat will inside the cooler will actually keep it quite warm.
I can definitely keep it smaller. Looks like I stayed with this line. I want to come up 1.5 inches or so. I think I'm going to come over to this line.
I think that is more the size we're looking for. I'll go ask Melissa, but I'm guessing that that would be just about right. There we go. 8 refurbished cat hotels. Oh, what's that? Our first egg at the farmhouse. When it's 20 below zero outside, I don't want to be walking all the way over to the garage. Actually, it couldn't stay in the garage anyway. It would have to go on the side. And I just want to pull it out right in front of the little back deck here, barbecue there, and pull it back in here. Well, it's definitely clean enough for now. Take a few more times with the garbage can to get that pile out of here. Inside we're cooking, we bought smoked turkey wings. Melissa's never even had them before. Every time I see them at the store, I buy them. They're super cheap. There's a lot of meat on the actual turkey wing, and they're delicious. So she's got that cooking inside in the oven. And I think macaroni and cheese and corn. That's what's going to be for lunch. Snowblower fired right off. She's ready to go. Got a bunch of tulip bulbs here that need to be planted before freeze up, and we are right at freeze up. So I wanted to get these in. We had some last year and never got them planted, so I don't know if they were tulip bulbs last year, but we had some bulbs and never got them in the ground in time. Excuse me, Tony. Okay everyone, well thanks a lot for watching. 1 week from today, at this time I'll be sitting in my deer stand. I will see you guys on the next video.